this story is hilarious and it's kind of revealing of AOC's priorities. So let's start with Adam Schiff, one of the most corrupt Democrats, the biggest spreader of Russiagate, and he's now running for Senate. Adam Schiff was censured by the House for something I think is pretty rational. I think it's pretty rational. Democrats in the media was melting down. Even if you look at the frame of the New York Times, Washington Post, they said House censures Adam Schiff over his role investigating Donald Trump. So you guys want to think you want to know why I think it's rational? I think it was rational that McCarthy got censured for his McCarthyite witch hunt that he led on Americans, and most historians would agree with you on that. That McCarthy deserved to be censured for what he did in the Red Scare. Adam Schiff did the same thing. You guys know Adam Schiff smeared the president and smeared an American as a Russian traitor. Now, this is don't complain about decorum, but can you imagine how Democrats would react if Republicans trying to smear and impeach a Democrat for being a traitor? What Adam Schiff did was unhinged, and this is why we put back against Russiagate, because Russiagate lead to the conditions which lead to the Ukraine war and us having this extreme xenophobia over Russians, right? So the House censured him because of his role in lying about Russiagate. So in reaction to this, Democrats wasn't happy because they hate seeing their own people accountable. So I'm gonna show you this rowdy scene here. This is when they censured him.
Without objection, the motion to consider is laid on the table.
And here's the censure. And you see Democrats shouting shame.
I'll wait.
Shame on you. How dare you hold a politician accountable? See, once again, I want to ask you, whenever you guys see story, ask yourself, how does this narrative benefit us? How does this narrative benefit the workers? How does decrying politicians being censured and held accountable, how is that beneficial to us? So in my perspective, I think there should be way more censures. Like they said, they were like, this is only like the 20th person who ever been censured. Nigga, there should be a censoring every fucking week. We doing some fucked up shit. Do you guys think I'm wrong? I think that's in the proletariat's best interest. Right?
There should be a censure every week. Why weren't they censured for breaking a strike? That should have been a censure right there.
Yeah, that's whenever they fund the military industrial complex, whenever there's a corruption scheme, there should be censures all the time. But anyway, I want to get to you chanting shame here real quick. Let me play the video real quick.
Shame.
So
lame.
And I saw a few corporate media statements for a second. The story, I'm not gonna show you those, but it was like the Republicans are doing political theater and censoring Adam Schiff. This show how they are engaged in grievance politics. This guy literally created a false smear campaign against a president saying he was a traitor to our country, an agent of Russia. If there's anything that get you censored, that should be it. And then the Russiagate literally led into investigations that wasted, because this is the premise of the conservative argument against him. They said Adam Schiff willingly lied to the American people, thus wasting taxpayer money that was spent on investigations. So this is massive. It's something that you should be disciplined for. Like, he was the chief. Like, when you think about Russiagate, Adam Schiff was the fucking guy. The guy. Head of the oversight committee, all these committees that was investigating Russiagate, right? So then you want to see who took it upon herself to make this her struggle. This is her struggle.
Oh no.
This is the struggle of AOC. Is she talking about the expansion of ICE and DHS under Joe Biden, who she endorsed? No. Is she talking about the Willow Project? Is he talking about the fact that Joe Biden took police funds and sent COVID funds to send to the police? No. She's here to defend the honor of Russiagating Adam Schiff. So her response to this was, because Kevin McCarthy is an undeeply serious leader, she says he's a deeply unserious leader. Who I haven't seen many people in politics use this term before me. I'm just saying.
No, they watch her. Somebody else said that. Somebody said that multiple times. I've seen me. Where there's like, how is she all of a sudden using unserious after all of our critiques of her? Remember the whole we went in on her when she was doing all that stuff with Ryan Graham and the strike breaking and with unserious. You think she ain't seen that shit? And it's the other people too who are now saying unserious.
All these leftists started fucking imitating me, man. I start calling these other people deeply unserious. Also, everyone use that fucking term now. Anyway, AOC says, because he's deeply unserious leader, great term, AOC, wonder who you got it from, who diminishes the House by indulging in stunts like these. So AOC says Kevin McCarthy diminishes the House by holding a Democrat, a politician accountable from wasting taxpayer money. So, you know what diminishes the House? What diminishes the House is when we fund neo-Nazis in Ukraine that you voted for, AOC. Yes. That diminishes the House. Meanwhile, she thinks holding Democrat politicians is what do it. You want to see the priorities of AOC? So now who are we talking about here? Now, I say this part for last for a reason. I'm going to show you the person that AOC is struggling for. This is her struggle defending Adam Schiff. And after you see this video, you're gonna see why he deserved to be censured. Listen to this. Adam Schiff on March 22nd, 2017, claims he has evidence of Trump-Russian collusion. Now, CJ, think about everyone who fought for Russiagate. Think about all the people we looked up to that fell for Russiagate. They are now Russiagators to this day. They are Russiagators because of people like Adam Schiff. Because they see this guy that said, we got documented, classified evidence that Trump colluded with Russia. And these people don't question authority. So then they will use that. And they took that premise and worked backward from the conclusion ever since. And this dude, Adam Schiff, created countless Russiagators. Untold amount of Russiagators came from Adam Schiff because he used to lie, use his government position to lie. Listen.
Howie Long is one of them, and he still kind of repeats some of the stuff that Adam Schiff talks about. I'm sorry, I said Howie Long. I mean Howie Hawkins. Sorry,
Howie Hawkins, Tom Hartman, and all these people. They are Russiagators directly because of Adam Schiff, Cenk Uygur, because they will see this guy. They're like, man, of course he can't be lying. He's an Intel committee ranking member. And so this is why he was censured. He used his position as Intel committee ranking member to manufacture a fake Russia conspiracy against a president. I think that's censure worthy. Now let's see why they did. I think after this video, I think anyone who's not a partisan, bootlicking politician, loving motherfucker will agree this guy should be censured. Listen to watch this video, the compilation of this guy lies.
But you admit it's all you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So
I'm pausing right here for a reason, because this is what he would do. He would use his position on the Intel committee. He said, I can't say it out loud because it's classified. But he's like, liberal audience, trust me, bro. Trust me. I seen the data. He fucking did it. I can't tell you what it is because it's classified, but trust me, bro. In doing this, propelled him to the point where he can run for Senate and convince many dumb liberals like Tom Hartman, Cenk Uygur, and others that Russiagate was real. So let's continue.
Again, I think...
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation.
Now let's watch him change his story 11 days later.
And the big issue, of course, is whether or not there was collusion among members of the Trump campaign or surrounding the Trump campaign, Trump advisors. Can you say definitively that there was collusion? There were people affiliated with the Trump campaign who were working with Russians to time the release of damaging information about Hillary Clinton that had been hacked either from John Podesta or the DNC?
I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. We are still at the very early stage of the investigation. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. There is more than circumstantial evidence now. There is evidence that is not circumstantial. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. There is more than circumstantial evidence now. There is evidence that is not circumstantial. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. There is more than circumstantial evidence now. There is evidence that is not circumstantial. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point. I don't think we can say anything definitively at this point.
And Adam Schiff played a big part of that lie. And you see this, the tactic he would use.
I think he should. This is expellable. I don't see why this is not expellable. You are part of the Intel community. You are the head. I'm sorry, the chair of the Intel I forget what it's called, the Intel board or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You're the chairman of that, so you know what you're saying is not true.
Yeah.
You literally know what you're saying is not true because you have all these documents that we now see. It makes it untrue. You already had this stuff. You knew the dossier was bullshit, but you had a plan to use your position and be like, listen, I know the secrets. I can't say it, but just trust me, bro. What this should be expellable to me. Like this is almost. I mean, the censure is good. This is almost a slap on the wrist. Like you should be expelled for this level of lying that you did and the amount of money you wasted on this lie.
Absolutely, CJ. Like once again, I think that's censure 100% reasonable. Getting him out of Congress, I think that's reasonable as well. He smeared the president using his position in government, wasted taxpayer money, and then went on TV shows and lied about seeing evidence that he never seen. Look at another headline. You can find this all day, guys. You can find these. He went on a TV tour for the entire duration of Russiagate, saying that he's seen evidence. And then idiots like Jane Gear like, why would Adam Schiff lie about the evidence he's seen? They said he's seen evidence. So here, look, he's on CNN. Evidence of collusion is clear. Mueller will find out if there's been a crime. Spoiler alert, he did not.
Anyway, so we're about justice, though. We're about justice, truth, and honesty. That's what the American people are about. This is just another illustration, Nick, of how the Democratic Party is actually the worst party. They're worse because they're actually like rolling out the stuff. Like Republicans talk a big game, but they're actually rolling out. They actually rolled out a crime bill. They actually rolled out Don't Ask, Don't Tell. They actually are increasing the military budget to the highest. They're actually pushing forward towards war with China and Russia. Like they are executing the things that the Republicans wish they can do. And this is just another example. Imagine, Nick, if a Republican did something on this level. Let's say they lied about something that the Democrats like at this level. They will be talking about impeachment and expelling this guy.
Yeah, they do that about Marjorie Taylor Greene. What did Marjorie Taylor Greene ever say? Jewish space lasers, which I heard that she didn't even say it like that. But they say she said some crazy conspiracy theories, so that's why she should be censored and expelled. But Adam Schiff literally spread a conspiracy theory that was meant to politically harm his opponents and impeach a president. That's not censure worthy. Let's go back to AOC. She's defending that guy.
Yeah.
Is she defending the interests of the proletariat? No, she's defending a millionaire scumbag, Adam Schiff, who's running for Senate. She believed that looking into this guy, CJ, your opinion is that he should be expelled. You want to see the difference between the CJ left and the AOC left? CJ said he should be expelled. AOC said that investigating him diminishes the House. That's the difference between a CJ leftist and an AOC leftist. As wide as the ocean is vast, when you guys say there's only small differences, as wide as the ocean is vast is the difference between me and AOC, and CJ and AOC, meaning Nina Turner. As vast as it gets, it's a difference between a political party. Might well be completely different parties the way we see life. That you want to even waste any sort of time, type in any status, sending any message defending Adam Schiff. That is so far beyond what I will allow in my culture. You can't say you close to me. So what I said
Now she quote tweeted this and said, "Censure, damn a censure. Where's expulsion?" Then I'll be okay. She based, but this is just total.
What AOC should be saying
garbage. Go ahead.
What she should be saying, which would be based, is why is Republicans wasting their time censoring Adam Schiff over Russiagate? Why not censor him over funding Ukrainian Nazis?
Yes, she can't say that though. But
imagine the alternative reality where AOC was that base. Like, we wouldn't be doing anti-AOC bashing videos. We'd be like, dude, you guys see what AOC said? You know, the same way we do with whenever Lula talking about NATO.
Lula says stuff. We'll bring up,
Whenever Mick Wallace talk about Lula. Whenever we talk about Ukraine, we talk about all these other great leftist people, but we can never do that in the United States. Like, we wish we live in a reality where AOC would say something based like that.